We're getting dirty and we're going hog wild in this video as I have the solution. Yes, I have the magical potion that we've been waiting for so long. So let's get right into it and discuss it. Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video as it is our favorite price to do so. Totally 100% free to subscribe to the channel. So thank you so much and make sure to join the community with the other hundreds of thousands of people who are already here, because the more people we have, the greater the impact and influence that we have going forward. Thank you once again, and let's talk through this. So if you caught my video from yesterday evening, I went off the hook a little bit in that video, off on a wild rant. If you haven't seen that video yet, I would say go back and check it out after you finish watching this video. I will link it down below in the comment section as a pinned comment. I'll have a link right there for you if you want to go back and check that one out. But essentially in that video, I was talking about this child tax credit. Now, this is the one that's going to be sending out these monthly checks to families starting in July. Now, let me quickly preface this by saying I'm not going to talk about the child tax credit forever in this video, and I also need to say, for those lower income families who actually need these monthly payments going forward, don't get me wrong, I am very happy and excited for you. It is the relief that you've been waiting for so long to get you by, and it's that extra few $100s that you need during this time. So don't get me wrong, I am very happy and excited for those people who are actually getting it and who actually need the money. It's all the people who are having a higher income. The guys out there earning $150,000. The families earning $120,000 or whatever it happens to be that don't necessarily need the money is the part that's a really big head scratcher to me, as in, why are we sending the money other than the fact they don't really need it probably in most cases. Everybody always wants more money, but there's a difference between wanting and needing, right? There's a huge, huge difference. A need is something that is essential. A want is just, hey, that's just a gimme, right? But I just want to make it very clear, I'm happy for the people who actually need it. So with that being said, after yesterday's video, I was doing a bunch of research today. As I always do, I spend most of my day doing research and creating videos. But as I was doing my research today, I started running a bunch of numbers, as in I was running some calculations. And I thought, wow, this is actually kind of a breakthrough moment here. So let me kind of lay these numbers out on the line here for you to actually see the real numbers behind this. So this child tax credit, these monthly payments are going to be starting in July and extending through the end of the year. And then they get the extra or the second portion of the payment as a tax credit early next year. The average family is going to be getting about $500 per month over the next 6 months, and then a lump sum early next year. Okay, so the average family will get about $3,000, okay, for 39 plus million families, about 40 million families, with a price tag of $234 billion. Yes. So the nearly 40 million families will be allocated about $234 billion for all of these child tax credit payments. Okay, fine, good to know. However, here's what's really interesting. Remember back to that proposal in early 2020. Now again, I'm not saying that this is happening because I honestly do not think this is going to happen, but I'm just using it as an example. Okay, so remember back in early 2020, there was that proposal that hit the table that suggested giving Social Security, Ssdi, SSI, and VA beneficiaries a raise of $200 per month through the end of the year. Do you remember that proposal? All of us know about it. We've talked about it many times. Here's what's interesting about that. Many people in these categories that receive these federal benefits have been begging, literally asking, please increase our benefits by $200. That's all we're looking for right now. Many of you receive these benefits. Many of you are not saying, hey, give us $1,000. Many of you are just saying, hey, please, all we're asking for is just $200 a month. That's all we really want right now. Please, we need something. Well, here's what's really interesting. Between Social Security, retirement, disability, survivors, SSI, and VA beneficiaries, there's about 80 million beneficiaries across the board, across all these programs. Now again, it's probably a little more, a little less, but again, roughly 80 million people are receiving these benefits. Here's what I calculated. You're going to find this to be really interesting. If we were to give all of these beneficiaries, these 80 million beneficiaries of all these programs that I just mentioned, if we were to give all of these people a $300 raise to their benefits for the next 6 months and then give them a lump sum payment early next year or the equivalent of 12 months worth of $300 payments. How much do you think that would come out to as far as a price tag? If you ran the math, it's pretty easy to do, right? 3 times 8, $240 billion. Does that sound eerily similar to another number I just gave you a minute ago? Yeah, it does. The nearly 40 million families receiving these child tax credit payments are getting $234 billion. We're only off by $6 billion. So, I don't know. Seems like a pretty easy solution to me, right? All of these Social Security, SSI, VA, disability beneficiaries, survivors beneficiaries, for the most part, unless you have kids under the age 18, 17 and younger, you would not be getting this child tax credit payment. If you have kids under the age 18 and you claim them as a dependent, then yes, you can get the child tax credit payment. But here's the thing. Most people in these categories don't fall into that group, right? Most people would not be getting these child tax credit payments. However, we've allocated $234 billion to give it out to all these families as a child tax credit. Why can't we just allocate $240 billion, an extra $6 billion on top of what we've already allocated for the other group, and send it out to all the people who are not eligible for the child tax credit, right? You would get $300 per month, extending out for the rest of the year, for the next 6 months, and then a lump sum payment early next year. I don't know. Sounds good, right? A lump sum payment early next year of $1,800. $300 times 6 months is $1,800, right? So, I don't know. Sounds like a pretty easy fix and solution to me, right? Like the magical potion that would fill the gap and do everything that we would need to give everybody the necessary support that they need going forward. All of the Social Security, Ssdi, SSI, VA beneficiaries who are asking for a $200 raise, hey, check it out. Not only would you get a $200 raise, but you'd actually get an extra $100 raise with my idea right here. $300 going forward. And like I've said, I've seen all your comments down below. Most of you are not reaching out saying, please give us $5,000. No, you're not saying that. You're not greedy people. You're not demanding of money, right? You're simply asking, please, make us whole. Seriously, please. Bring us up to current. Please, reform our benefits. All we're asking for is $200. That's what most of you are asking for. You're not asking for this huge lump sum of money. You're being reasonable. I totally get it. So, I love the idea. I mean, seriously, as I calculated this out and I came up with these numbers, I thought like, wow, it is so easy for them to do this. I mean, let's be real. The government throws $200 billion, $240 billion into the air basically every day. I mean, seriously, they waste money left and right on the stupidest projects, on the stupidest things in the world. They could take $240 billion and allocate it to all these people who actually need it, and it would be actually a really good use of money, right? So, anyway, I kind of like what we came up with here. Now is what we need to do is get this out to the people in Congress and the president and all these people who actually have an impact on all this to push it through. Seriously, they've already passed and allocated $234 billion, give or take a little bit, for the child tax credit. What's the difference if we just allocate $240 to give it to all the people who actually need the money, the low-income people living on fixed benefits right now, right? I mean, what would $300 do for you each and every month? An extra $300 per month would be a huge difference for many of you beneficiaries, right? I mean, that would make the difference. That's basically all that all of you are asking for right now is just an extra couple $100 to get you by. So, wow, I was pretty excited when I came up with these numbers because I thought, wow, all of these numbers are coming out to like basically the same thing. They're all coming in line perfectly with each other. So, interesting kind of breakthrough that I came up with right there. So anyway, leave me your comments down below. What do you think of this? What do you suggest we do from here, right? I'm just a guy on YouTube. I'm not Congress, right? I'm not Chuck Schumer. I'm not Bernie Sanders. I'm not the president, but who knows? Maybe someday at this rate. Seriously, right? But anyway, I doubt it. Honestly, I don't want to get involved at that stuff. Not at that level anyway. But anyway, let me know what you think down below. And of course, I will link that video, like I said, from yesterday's, my little rant that I went off on yesterday. So go back and check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. I will link it down below in the comment section as a pinned comment. Otherwise, go back and check it out. It's just titled Rant Unfair. Check out that video from yesterday. I think you're going to enjoy that one. But either way, I think this is kind of cool. So let me know what you think down below. Check out that other video. And of course, share this video with your friends, family, social media. Let's get the word out and let's people kind of get an idea of what we're thinking about right here and how we can better serve and help the people who actually need a little bit of extra benefits and relief during this time. Those people, low income, Social Security, SSDI, survivors, SSI, and VA beneficiaries, right? So thanks again, everybody. I truly appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I will catch you again later in the next video. I'll see you.